my God, we got the FOMC happening this week. Some major price action we're going to be keeping an eye on for Bitcoin. Also, the SEC surrendering in a case against Binance against these top altcoins, setting up for an absolute moonshot. And I'm going to do my best to not have a heart attack as we discuss politics, because holy sheep shit on a shingle, we are in for a problematic turning. The fourth turning, as we all know it. Wonderful. And gonna have a very interesting special guest from our lovely organization here joining us later on in the show. First of all, we got a weird one on the sticks here. And this young man, Isaac, stole my damn hat. He stole my hat.
I don't know what you're talking
earlier
about.
in the day. He did actually film it.
Yep.
As
every
well.
second.
You shitlord, you. Holy God, Isaac.
Let's run it.
You know, but when I found the content that you created out of it, it made my heart swell.
Good.
Okay, so
Good.
very nice. Taco Morel. Oh, we got to make sure this shot is in here. We got Morel on there. I'll punch over. I want to go over to Taco first. Taco, you're laying down some alpha in the DGen Alpha show. It's very obvious that show is just going to absolutely moon, man. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling great. Secured some airdrops. Started doing some more airdrops.
You secured more airdrops.
Yeah, it's the name of the game.
He's
An airdrop
perfect.
a day keeps Gary
Gensler
Gensler away.
That's right. I like it. Morel,
Hey.
good to have you, man. How's your day going?
It's going good today.
We're
Going
just
good.
rocking on. You're setting up Johnny for some remote access here.
Yep. So Johnny can access and kind of run our content and topics from anywhere on the planet.
Yeah, Johnny's an absolute savage. He's going to be working real early. Oh, and there's Hudson. Unreal. Hudson, go play the video, actually. Honestly, you're right. What is this? So, Druth, I'm out here. We're going to be having a space with the Trump token team tonight. I'm very excited. But first of all, this shitlord right here. We're going to play this. I'll get my face out of the way, and I will just enjoy this.
So we all know how Drew loves his hat. So I took it and I hit it.
Oh.
Let's go.
Ah. Silly. Ah.
Guys, he's looking for
Oh.
it. This guy snitched. He's so freaking lame. We had this going. Be very careful, Drew. I will be coming for your hat and your belongings, and I will hide them in places you will never expect.
Oh my God. Okay, so we got to set some ground rules. Do not touch my firearms. That's
Okay.
That's a big
That's
one.
fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough.
I won't touch your Glock.
Lip dinners, dangerous to take. Okay, it is dangerous to take my nicotine away from me, especially in the mornings. So I will give you that. And yes, I was very upset.
He was very.
I was literally looking up how much it cost to rent a crane, because I was going to put a coworker's vehicle on the roof. That is how upset I was. After I took a couple, that's me after many breathing exercises. That's like what I walked it down to. So, oh man, you know, what a day. And shout out to everyone in the chat. Sack Nasty. Have you found Sack Nasty on the damn Discover Crypto yet, Morel? Like, where is he?
I have not found him to where he's blocked or banned. I am able to ban him, so for whatever reason, he's not blocked.
Dude.
Cash clearing, or honestly, I don't know.
He's throwing me for a loop here, but Sack, I love you. Okay, Just Jim,
Mad love.
We're not going to give up on this search. Crypto Glassworks, Faden Tradfi, Seth Shepard, Veteran Crypto. What up, my man? Truck Dano, Alexandra G, Shaka Nawanda Bob. What a name! Very very nice. All right, well we're gonna check out. This is a crypto show, and if I get wrapped into nearly having a heart attack talking about politics, I have asked Morel to restrain me.
Yep.
You promised to, so I'm
Buy
holding you to it.
more tanks.
Well, that's buy more tanks is how I get back into making money, you know? So, you know, on that note, let's check out the markets. But first, okay, I got a couple stuff to get through. So we are still cooking here, 58,300. But you know what? We need some help on the YouTube side. On Twitter, we are exploding on views and follows and all that stuff. But YouTube seems to be pretty upset with me, and it makes sense because the election's right around the corner. So we're getting a little bit of extra pressure and what do you call it? Shadow banning stuff from YouTube. So please help us share this message out with the masses and get the folks' eyes on the best channel in crypto. But also, if you are in agreement with me on the season to come, then go to basement.supplies and get your ass ready. And you can also get that knowledge you need from Veteran Crypto, myself, and Nick Demondi by joining the Black site. And this will open it up so you can essentially send me the Druth signal, the Nick Tata signal, or the Vet signal, and we will be available for you guys. Now, let's check out the markets here because we're taking a little bit of a haircut. Bitcoin. Oh my God! Look at this, unbelievable. Give me the ba 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 ba. What is up, Justin? Oh my God!
What up,
sir? First of all, what a time to be alive. It's been a while since you've been on the show. How you feeling?
Feeling pretty good.
Yeah, feels
What
good.
a time to be alive is right.
It is, man. I am I'm trying to preface it so that if I start to overheat from talking about the politics, then Morel's going to remind me that I need to buy tanks. So that'll bring it back to crypto, and I'll be able to stay centered that way.
Tanks are pretty expensive.
Yeah, I know. Well, you know what? I can get a pretty decent non-armor, like it has armor on it, but it doesn't have the gun on it for like $30K. You know what I mean? So it's not that bad. Yeah, but Justin, it's, you've been up to stuff. You've been fighting battles in the public square, just bare knuckle handling it. We went out to Nashville. What was your thoughts on Nashville, man? How'd you like the town?
Nashville was good. I didn't know. I haven't been to Nashville in a very long time, but we went downtown, walked around, and some people said you compared it to Vegas, but I would compare it to more New Orleans. When you get it, more of a New Orleans.
I said Austin.
Austin?
You said Austin?
Yeah.
Austin's still a little bit more uppity, I think. I think New Orleans, I don't know when the last time you've been to New Orleans, but New Orleans, Nashville's not as bad as New Orleans, but New Orleans has really gone down.
Well, New Orleans is like, it used to be like a bunch of tits and beads and crazy times.
Now
you know what I
it's
mean?
men with tits.
Men with tits.
Yeah, men with tits.
Man, what a
Share
time.
other body parts.
And other body parts. It's okay.
What was that, Morel? you were about to help us get banned, right? Bullish. So, and don't worry, you guys, I am going to, of course, address the politics here. I mean, you can't not acknowledge it, but I'm trying not to get to the point where I want to throw the table at the wall because I think that we're pretty much cooked, folks. And I'll get into why in a second. But here is the crypto markets because Daddy needs some 50 cals and tanks. Bitcoin, $65,600, There you go. 3,284. So, okay, we get a little bit of less pain, less blood for Ethereum. Nice to see. Solana losing that 180, 185 spot down to 177. XRP maxis are out of the woodwork on this massive 4.3% pump. Got to give credit where credit is due, folks. Let's go to the year. Oh my God. Look at it. It's not dead. You are correct. It is not dead. Kind of looks a little dead though when you back up forest to the trees on it. And essentially, I think you're going to get your ass kicked once you get to 70 cents. Just as I said, we were going to get our asses kicked when Bitcoin hit $70,000. As you can see, that happened. Now, Justin, you asked me on price action where Bitcoin is going this morning. I said 62.
Said 60.
I did say 62.
62.
And more, it's like 62.5. Okay, so I want 62.5, maybe 63. But what are your thoughts? Where's the markets going in your opinion? Like, how does it feel?
If you go back, I don't know, a month ago in June, and you listen to everybody, all the talking heads, which know very little, but they do talk a lot.
Mm-hmm.
They all said that it was going to all-time high. We're going to be sometime mid-July. Am I the only one that remembers
No, I remember that. I remember
75K,
Yep.
right? Or higher.
Isaac, scoot his PTZ over when you get a chance to.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is.
Yeah.
So I look at that, I'm thinking it's still in play. I think we could still hit all-time highs, hopefully, but it doesn't look like it. No, what we got is tomorrow the next month, or do we have 31 days? Is July one of those weird ones?
No, we got
Well,
31
hold on.
days.
Let's
So
go.
we got
to
a day
this.
left to keep
Let's
that
go
dream
here.
alive. That
Hold
all-time
on.
high.
Yeah,
Riley
look at the calendar,
Gaines.
Riley Gaines.
Riley Gaines says we got 31 days left in the month, so we got one more day.
We got one more day.
Okay.
So it doesn't look like we're going to make it there. But I don't see it going to 62. I think 65 is pretty good support. I feel like August is going to be super bullish, super green. Historically, you can go back and look at all the charts. Always is, when you're in a bull run. And so that's what I believe. I think we're not going much lower than this. Also, I believe that because I'm in a long right now. And I think my long is going to play out right. But
Okay.
that's what I'm hoping. So
Well, I do hope you're correct as well. And I was having to highlight the potential bearishness on the charts just because, I'm greedy about entry points and I don't want things to take off to the moon yet. Essentially, what I was looking at here, I'll pull this up on TradingView just real quick.
There's a daily fair value gap at 62,000.
Daily fair value gap.
Yeah, it's the center of it, actually.
Oh,
So
see,
that's-
I wasn't even looking at that.
Yeah.
I mean, really, what I was looking at 62 for was basically the top end of this little shelf here. I was just thinking that it would make sense, even in a bullish environment, to punch down to 62 and a half, 63K, because I saw a lot of volume in the volume profile from there. And Taco, you seem to have something about this price action you want to tell me. I want your thoughts.
What Justin said, I was looking at the Bitcoin percent gains and losses on every single month. It looks like in 2023 and in 2022, in August, we went down 14% and 11.29%.
play the tape back, said bull in the bull market. So
Yeah.
historically in bull markets, we should be bullish leading into fall. August should be a bullish month.
Yeah.
So I would go to like 2020. Go to 2020, see where Bitcoin went. Go to 2021, see where what the month of August looked like in 2021.
Because you had something very important to say. It's like August historically is very strong.
August, and then you're leading into the holiday months, and everybody gives, the analogy is Thanksgiving table. Everybody talks about Bitcoin and all this stuff. So, but it's typically a very bullish time in a market cycle if you're in the bull market.
Yeah.
What does it say, Taco? Look it up.
Give us
So
the
in
diagnosis.
2020, in August, we were up 2.83. In 2021, 13.8.
Up
Okay.
13%.
In 2021, about 13.8.
Man, I mean, overall, I think we're going to end the month at new all-time highs. But
August?
up,
For sure.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
for sure.
That's kind of what I was thinking. But just trying to keep a cool head because, I am greedy about entry points. So wanted a little bit of a pullback just to stack up more crypto here. Taco appears to be playing Mario Kart on his phone.
Now just looking at really small charts.
Yeah. Frankie was out at the baseball game and he couldn't put the phone down either. He was like pulling
Yeah,
a fib
I
at the
saw it.
baseball game, man. Like that's an addiction.
He had his it wasn't just the regular phone. It was like the ones that it was like a full screen.
Yeah.
The Samsung Fold.
Yeah.
I say Pepe is going to move into the top 20. I do believe that. I think price prediction Pepe 60 bill market cap. So I
Okay.
do believe was that Cali
$60
Crypto did?
billion market cap, you think?
Well, go
Pepe?
look at what SHIB did. SHIB went to 40.
Yeah, okay.
cycle.
You're
Was
bringing
it
some
Doge
reason up
around
here.
like 70, 80?
Doge went insane. It was 80, I think.
Hold on, we're gonna pull this up.
So
because
I got
this
a
is good
question off
context.
of that. Do you think that Doge will ever be dethroned as a top meme coin?
I do based on tokenomics. I
Mm.
think based on the tokenomics, yeah. Like, isn't Doge like isn't it
Infinite.
infinite?
Yep, infinite.
So I think Pepe's gonna lock that in. Plus, there's something called mindshare, which is a term that I don't know if I made it up. It's
Yeah,
somebody
Shiba hit $43 billion last market here.
It happens so fast, so it's
did.
like
You see?
It did.
gotta get in
And
early.
it's TikTok.
Well, and it came and went so early. It's like a good love affair, just in and out.
Yeah.
It's kind of like meeting a witch from Dubai and then just going all in on her, and then your life falls apart 4 months later. Kind of similar to that. So now we're going to pull up the charts here for the rest of the stuff here, because we got some entry points on the downside here. Popcat, Jupiter, not giving up the dollar spot. I really liked my Jupiter entry at 70 cents. This feels a little ucky. It's made me money and stuff, but I'm still just a beaten down, battered crypto psycho. This range, when I saw it go back into the red on the year, is when I was like, hell yeah, let's build a good Jupiter bag. Took a little profit just on a small move, but still holding about 90% of it. Jupiter is in this situation. I keep wanting to add more, and essentially I'm looking for like an 89 cent to 93 cent entry point for Jupiter.
I have 2 questions for Justin. I guess 3. Did you hear about Dumpy.fun?
Is that the Cardano one?
No,
No,
that's
Solana.
the Solana platform that allows you to short meme coins. So
What?
I wanted to hear your opinion on
I
that.
got it. I'll pull it
And
up
then
here.
on MarginFi, they added leverage to meme coins.
Okay. Well, this gives me a great segue into Omni.
Hell yeah.
Mm.
So Omni will like for a site kind of like GMX, which has leverage for meme coins or really any coin that passes the DAO. Now, I'm not sure about what was the one you just mentioned?
MarginFi?
MarginFi, if it's permissionless. I don't know if it's permissionless where like anybody could launch in, put any of their tokens, any token, as long as they want to be the house, can have leverage on it. With Omni, we're doing a bunch of updates and upgrades. Some of those we're introducing Ton into the Ton ecosystem on there, which is going to be massive. But we're going to allow you to do 2 separate things. Leverage, you're going to be able to have leverage.
Really?
Permissionless leverage. So like, let's say Taco launched a coin, Taco Coin, and it goes up to, I don't know, it's Taco Coin, maybe $1 million market cap.
He's worth
you
$1
could
million
do
market
leverage
cap.
on that as long as somebody's willing to be the house and has liquidity. You're going to be able to do leverage with that token or with any meme coin. It doesn't have to be meme coins launched on Omni or it could be meme coins launched anywhere. And then we're also going to allow you to bet. Now, a lot of people don't understand what is Pump.Fun. If you don't know what Pump.Fun is a bonding curve. So basically it's a launch pad, but separately, different from most launch pads, you can buy and sell. So not only can you buy, but you can sell on this bonding curve. And so we also have that on Omni, and we'll be able to offer those services, and we're going to be able to bet on tokens being able to leave the bonding curve or they're going to stay on the bonding curve.
That would be fun.
It would
I
be
like
really
that
fun
idea.
because you can imagine the arbitrage if some whale comes in and he's like, okay, there's 10 ETH saying this one's not going to leave the bonding curve, and somebody's like, all right, fuck it. I'm just going to put 4 ETH to make 6.
And some of them look so terrible. You know they're going to fail. You know, you
Yeah,
can just
well,
tell.
That's going to create a whole new dynamic because you see, like, if you're a whale, this isn't going to make it. This person bet against
I'll
it.
just take it.
I could just
take the house.
push it through and get that
It's
extra.
gonna get wild.
What percent? This is a fun fact. What percent coins launched on? I think it's even lower now. On Pump.Fun actually go to Radium.
Less than 1%.
think it's less than 1%. I'd say I would say like 5. Maybe I'm being
It
too
was
hopeful.
3% a month and a half ago. I imagine that number's lower now.
Okay.
Maybe it could be around 1.
Man, we're really these markets are going to get
And then,
weird.
have you
real quick.
seen any episodes where you talk about where it's like almost deflationary for these blockchains when the liquidity pools are locked and like there's no way to get the soul out? Like you buy the top, all the whales get out, the liquidity's burnt or it's locked.
Who was it that I've been talking about this for months now. This is the reason why this cycle could be hindered, because that's real money.
Yes.
That's real money. That's not make believe numbers. That's somebody's McDonald's paycheck locked away inside of a liquidity pool on multiple networks, done over 1,000 times a day. So that is a little scary when you're thinking, like, when people are screaming, "Oh, retail's not here." Well, maybe retail is here.
Maybe there's
and all the
locked in
fucking
dead liquidity.
all the liquidity is locked into, shit cat or whatever the latest coin is.
What have we done with our baby? We need to look at Bitcoin stories, you guys,
But I
before we get
guess-
into this.
I want to know how the Dumpy.Fun works. It's probably not using the same liquidity pool, right?
No, they're creating their own liquidity pool.
I can't. You literally like fast forwarded me to like the end of the show with Dumpy.Fun. You know what I mean? Like usually I save that for the retention or whatever. We got actually. You know what? You're gonna have to stick around to see why Bitcoin has competition. So there you go.
Gotcha.
Adam. So now let's check this out. What you got, Taco? Do you want to derail me to like the after show now?
Well, I was gonna say I came across this website today that's introducing liquid Bitcoin.
What?
Yeah.
Well, what ecosystem?
It's in its like infancy, so it just has like a sign up for
Okay.
like news alerts.
Okay.
But imagine bringing Bitcoin's liquidity to any network
Oh my
because it's
God.
backed 1-to-1.
Dude. I mean, sounds dangerous for one, but
I mean, if it's backed 1-to-1, I mean, what's too dangerous about
yeah,
that?
I mean, I don't. Is it a bridge setup?
It's so new. Literally, the only thing on the website is like sign up for the wait
Okay.
list.
I mean, I'm just always wary if it's like a bridge setup. Holy God, the chat's going nuts. What do you got, Justin?
I wanted to say this about something about Taco. Taco said Taco tried to talk me into going into Terra Luna a week before it collapsed. So
Is that good?
Yeah,
Yeah,
be careful about anything.
I
he's
thought
telling
that'd
you
be
to get
good,
into
man.
early.
What's the problem? Unbelievable. We were talking about Polygon as well, and I was like, you know, I'm out of Polygon. When can you get out of Polygon?
I'm waiting on, I think I got like 50 checkpoints
Fair enough. So you're waiting on checkpoints
to withdraw it
This sounds
from
like a
the
third world
protocol.
country you're describing to me. I got to
What
make it
happened?
through checkpoint.
No,
number.
I staked it on ETH mainnet,
Oh god.
and for it to unbond, it just takes like a day or two.
Yeah.
Not that big a deal.
What in the
that's
hell
not
is
bad.
this shit cat thing all over our feed? I don't
I
even know
said
what
shit
that is.
cat and they started packs. Oh god.
Dude, did you just create a meme coin by speaking?
Maybe
Now you did.
shit cat.
Oh my God.
Where is
But
shit?
wait, hold on. Hold on. I want to comment on the
right,
Terra
Kelly.
Luna thing. It was like a top 10 crypto. You can't predict the whole entire network is just going to fall apart.
I did. I said I'm gonna pass.
It did.
FTX. I mean, come on.
You know
This
what?
shit happens all the time.
Taco's fault.
Compound. So listen to this. Compound.
I will say STETH will never fall.
Did you hear about the whole
Yeah.
compound thing? So A16Z could have stopped this whole entire like attack on whatever, I think it was like the DAO voting, by just voting. Because like one attacker was able to like secure most of the votes or something. So A16Z, all they had to do is like vote against it, and it would have like secured and helped their own bags, but they don't vote on the compound proposals.
Well, who needs voting anyway?
So they just kind of like worked with the attacker to find a
You
truce.
just gave me a segue where I want to go straight into American politics because who needs votes? I have to get through the Bitcoin stuff though, for God's sakes.
All right, one more
Now
thing.
we're going through it. Taco. All right, so nearly 141,000 Bitcoin, $9 billion worth, owed to Mt. Gox creditors has been distributed, but these creditors appear to be hodling. This is kind of a chaos theory moment. And really, let's talk about this because these are early investors into Bitcoin that were obviously in it for the tech truly. They're not like me, the Indian dude covered in gold, in it for the tech. These are early Bitcoin adopters holding their Mt. Gox coins. Do you think that these people that are getting all this Bitcoin back are going to hold into 2025? Or are they just kind of feeling out the markets for where it sits right now? I want your opinion on that, Justin.
Say that. What was the question again?
So are these Mt. Gox recipients going to hold their Bitcoin into mid-2025 or beyond? Or are they planning to just kind of dump it at around these all-time highs for Bitcoin?
But all right, so I've been following this story. Are they giving the Bitcoin to Bitcoin? Or are they giving a dollar value to them?
They're getting Bitcoin back.
They're getting their Bitcoin back. So if they had 10,000 Bitcoin in Mt. Gox, they're going to get 10,000 Bitcoin.
They're getting their Bitcoin back. Yes.
They're going to dump.
You think?
Yeah, you have to be an insane person to hold that.
I mean,
with that
that's.
kind of
I
game.
thought it was a given they were going to dump, but it looks like they're holding so far. Like, what's going to be the moment? Are they waiting for 100K? Like when? Because that's a lot of money.
I would look at it this way. If I was in Mt. Gox 10 whatever years ago,
Maybe they already have some more.
well, just the fact that I couldn't sell for this long, it's went up this much. What's another 10 years? And look at the price go up another exponential amount.
I mean, this
Or
is
take
such a question.
30% off the table and go on vacation.
So I'll make my prediction, then I'll ask the chat. I think they're going to dump when it hits near 100K. I think they're looking for the 100K. When do you guys in the chat think that these Mt. Gox hodlers are going to dump, if ever? If they will ever let go? Maybe it's just a bunch of Michael Saylors that just, think that AI is going to operate off of Bitcoin. That's a big question in my mind. And really, I think that 100K is going to introduce some selling pressure for these guys. That's just my personal take on it. Now, the other stuff on Bitcoin, 1.86% of Bitcoin addresses control 90% of the supply. Great. raises critical questions. How will this impact Bitcoin's decentralization? This is the elephant in the room that me and BJ were talking about. Now we have BlackRock and all these nefarious organizations basically gobbling up all the Bitcoin while retail is fighting over Bic lighters at the gas station, wondering if they're even allowed to have an election anymore. You have the consolidation of the finest asset on the planet. Is this bullish or bearish for Bitcoin in the long term, boys?
I think everything's always bullish for.
You think so?
Always, everything's always bullish for Bitcoin. I do have a problem with institutions constantly buying it up. I mean, I think ETF, before we really understood what it was, we thought it was going to be more bullish than it actually could be. I think it's bullish, but I think, really thinking it out long term with some of these ETFs and the institutions getting in and I still think it's as early as it is right now in Bitcoin, could cause issues in the long term. Like it really could. But that's why we need to put the right people in place for regulation and put the right people in, vote the right people in, and stuff like that. But yeah, most everything is bullish for Bitcoin at this point, at this phase, I believe. What do you think?
I like it. What do you think, Taco?
I was kind of reading the chat. What was the last thing you said?
So is the consolidation of Bitcoin to 1.86% of the wallets holding 90% of the supply? Is that good or bad?
Yeah. What I want to know is what percentage of that is exchange wallets.
That's a good
because
question.
You got to think they own the most Bitcoin so that they can sell it.
Well, and we know some of the biggest addresses are the U.S. government, are BlackRock, and a large contingent of it is actually connected to Coinbase. So, we're going to have exchanges. We're going to have BlackRock in here. We're also going to have the primary exchange, Binance and Coinbase, right? We can just assume that they're at the top of it. But seeing the consolidation of BlackRock, I just have very, very little trust of this organization. And essentially, me and BJ have been worried since the beginning of this ETF that eventually they're going to upgrade the mining equipment needed. So not even the average person with $10,000 can get access to the mining equipment. I see this turning into a situation where they make it so competitive on the hash power that you have to have a $100,000 plus system to even have a chance at competing in it. So, with that actually gives me a little bit of hope for better put together smaller projects, that can actually be decentralized. Like this might actually help Cardano in the long term. We were talking about, DZ was bringing up on the morning stream, when every time you do an upgrade, it's bearish for the price. Cardano is always, doing upgrades. There's always being done on the system.
It's bullish for the price. You said bearish.
Bearish for the price when they do the upgrades. Like, what is your opinion on Cardano at this point, Justin? I really, really want your opinion on this. We've been sitting here covering the price is just, it's not exciting on Cardano. Not exciting, not sparking joy. Is there any hope for the future of ADA?
Yes, there's hope for that. I don't want to get hated on, but yeah, there's definitely hope for the future with ADA. The number one thing is the community, and you have probably one of the best evangelical speakers about their project you could have in Charles Hoskinson. But it has problems. It's got a perception problem.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a development problem. Now, I know DZ loves to say, if you go all the time, it's got the most GitHub, whatever. I don't even know what that means, though. Because you don't see a lot of development. If it's got the leading GitHub, whatever, build outs on a daily, monthly, weekly basis, what are they doing?
Mm-hmm.
What are they doing with them? Are they just canceling them and starting them back again? Are they making multiple ones? I don't see a lot going on there. I see, they finally got some meme coin action. That's a good thing. I think that's massive. They were late to the game on NFTs. I was on Cardano when they did the NFTs. So that was something that they got into pretty heavy, which was great. It showed up a little late last cycle. But outside of that, what are they offering? I don't know. Taco, have you been keeping up? Or?
Well, I want to comment on your comment earlier about every upgrade is bearish.
Uh-huh.
It was $3 when Cardano didn't even have smart contracts.
Yeah.
So there's the perfect example there.
Yeah.
But I agree with what Justin said, and who else in the chat? Punjab. They need
One
stable
job.
coins. They need stable coins. It's so obvious.
Well,
Uh,
Jed
the-
sucks. Like it's,
That's the point. It's over collateralized by 400%, but the coin is 96 cents or $1.04. Like, if it's a stable coin, it needs to stay like as close, if not at $1.
Mhm.
And it just seems like a no-brainer to just like have a bridge over or just provide liquidity for USDC and USDT on Cardano.
Yeah. Man, I mean, there's many questions could be asked. And someone reminded me in the chat, I do have to cover this because we had Russia rolling this out, actually finalizing the legalization of Bitcoin and crypto as a foreign currency. Maybe Hoskinson should just move to Russia and just do their stable coin for them for international payments. That would be bullish, right?
Yeah.
We got all the XRP maxis coming out of the woodworks, and Ripple's going to be bricks now. What do you got?
I wanted to add something else to the whole Cardano debate. If they just have like a outstanding DApp like Matic Polygon, they have Polymarket. Like I bet the average person doesn't even know it's on Polygon or Matic. So if like there's some type of maybe like SocialFi or maybe GambleFi or GameFi on Cardano that actually is good and it actually attracts users, then maybe the conversation won't even be is like, is Cardano going to work out? It's like, are they going to have another DApp, or are they going to have a DApp that performs as well, or if not better than like a Polymarket?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like, if DZ was here, because I know he's so pro Cardano, and I've been on the Cardano train before, and I'm not shitting on the community. It's a very strong community. But what are they doing to make it so bullish? Like, what are they doing to make it to that next level? What could they even offer at this point? What sector could they move into? I think Taco brings a good point up. What sector should they get into or move into where they could be a standout or have some kind of, amazing platform or DApp that outplays any other network in whatever niche it is? I don't know, because it's not a good language. I've been on the development side of it. I've tried to have things built on Cardano, and I have built things on Cardano, real projects. It's clunky. It's awkward. It does not play with any EVM chains. It does not get along with it doesn't get along with Rust, doesn't get along with Solana, doesn't get along with anything. It's an old school type of data. It's an old school type of development used for PDF transfers.
See, I got some interesting thoughts coming while you're talking. So remember the ETH merge? And I was sitting at, I think we're at Buffalo's, and I was like, Cardano is the last stand for proof of stake systems to actually be decentralized. It is heavily decentralized.
Sure.
So it does have that going. The clunkiness, Bitcoin's clunky too. Maybe people are looking, 5-10 years down the road for a clunky decentralized proof of stake system that can potentially offer the same type of movements as Bitcoin. And because it does lumped transactions. So there's a lot of questions and interesting things to think about when, because we sit here and complain about the length of time it takes to send a Bitcoin transaction, but look what's happening to Bitcoin. You know what I mean? We have conversations about a Bitcoin reserve for the United States being set up right now.
But you're talking about first you're talking about a first mover advantage. You're talking about literally what the entire space, $1 trillion industry is built on top of, which is Bitcoin, which is now basically the tide, not to sound cliche, that rises all the ships. So it's completely separate from a shitcoin or an altcoin like Cardano that's a layer one that is extremely awkward, where all the other layer ones have at least learned to get along with each other and work with each other and bridge back and forth. You have, Wormhole that can go back and forth from EVM to Solana. You don't have anything like that with Cardano. And that's my only thing. I want to know, why are there so many GitHubs opened on Cardano? Why do they lead all the time? What are they doing with those GitHubs? That's what I want to know.
I mean, I know that they're commits, for developers, just committing to, another upgrade or a slight adjustment, but that is something to be asked. And Charles Hoskinson, I know for sure he can cook a mean brisket. He's out there cooking an Argentinian brisket. He also likes the band The Who, which is a Mongolian heavy metal band. Yes, he hung out with one of my favorite bands. So he's given me like all the reasons in the world to like him as a person. The price action, not so much. So it's worth taking time during the show to talk about it. Now I got a lot of politics and altcoins and meme coins to get into. But first, a moment from our sponsor.
The Blockchain Basement is powered by Arculus. This is the world's leading crypto cold storage where you can easily secure, buy, swap, send, and receive all your crypto with a simple tap using 3-factor authentication to make sure to keep your assets safer than ever. Make sure to support the channel. Use code BASE10 and click the link down in the description to get your hands on your security today.
All right, here we are again. I need a stick to like hit the button for the pounds. I want more pounds. So now I was sitting there just thinking about the future of this country, thinking about all the gives and takes of this world and the literal ground beneath me eroding as I watch CNN polls and Fox polls talk about Kamala Harris pulling ahead of Donald Trump. All of a sudden, it's got me thought. My thoughts are spinning, you guys. Now, this Sam Ames, we hung out at Bitcoin Nashville, very based individual. I'm highlighting something pretty important to keep in mind as we get ready to go to the polls. The Green New Deal is anti-Bitcoin. You cannot be Bitcoin or AI dominant as a country without cheap energy. Any congressperson voting for the Green New Deal is anti-Bitcoin and anti-AI. This is something very, very important to think about. And you know what? I told myself I wasn't going to have a heart attack, but I'm going to listen to Kamala Harris, and let's see how it goes.
I am supporting the Green New Deal.
You already lost.
Look at this. This is 90% of the voters for Kamala.
That looks like the thing in the French Jesus. What is it?
The French Jesus?
The French, the Jesus.
Oh my God.
What do they call it? The Last Supper thing.
At the Olympics
Is that her?
ceremony.
It kind of looks like her,
up.
doesn't it?
Yeah.
Holy
The one next to him.
We have to have goals, and we have
Let me know
to
if sound's
use
on.
a resolution that requires us to have goals and think about what we can achieve and put metrics on it. Some of them we'll achieve, some of them we won't. But if we don't aspire, this is gonna be a bad ending.
From what has been and has
Has not been burdened.
Dude, so many
Become-
dead eyes too, though. Like, look at all the dead eyes in here. Look, they don't.
Those are actors. They paid them about $150.
This is not hope in those eyes. That is fear and worry, complaint. I mean, let's just go
Despair.
through despair. That's a good way. Look at this.
Yeah.
Does that guy look like he's got a bunch of hope cooked into him as he's sitting
White
there
man
at
for
this?
Harris.
Looks like a toe.
Oh my God, dude! It's just like, and okay, I'm getting close. I can feel my blood pressure rising.
What's the latest tank numbers?
What's that?
Latest tank numbers?
Latest tank numbers?
Yeah, which one are you gonna buy?
I mean, the last one I looked at was like 35K. It was like a British MRAP, basically.
Okay.
From it was like leftover from World War II. But I mean, I think I'm going to need a pretty robust one. I am in the Georgia woods, and I need something that can fit between the trees. Oftentimes if the tank is too big, it'll get stuck in the trees.
What bag is going to buy that tank?
That's a good point, Morel. Thank you for that. Oh my God, that was very good of you. So I'm gonna go right on ahead and talk about it. First, we got to cover this though. The interest rate cut is coming in September. Now, the reasons why: commercial real estate gutting American banks, and half of them will go insolvent if Jerome Powell stays hawkish. There you go, condensed macro for you. Oh God, she just keeps coming after me. Oh my God. Okay. I just can't. It's like I can't escape from this woman. I don't think we're going to be able to escape as a country from this woman. Honestly, you guys, we will be burdened by tomorrow's election yesterday, which is just really weird. Thank you, Ducey, for that. Now, okay. I have to cover this. I have to cover this stuff.
Very important.
Now, this is insane. So this is the mainstream media, and they're basically brainwashing people once again with just calling Republicans names.
Wait, before you start,
I hate this.
Remember back when before the Biden and Trump debate, they were calling Biden sharp as a tack. Sharp as a tack. He's sharp as a tack.
I remember
folks.
this. Yes, I remember
All right,
this.
so this is their new talking point.
Yeah.
Some of what he and his running mate are saying, well, it's just plain weird.
These guys are just weird. That's who they are.
As weird and creepy as JD Vance.
Super weird idea from JD Vance.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's quite weird. Just plain weird.
Just plain weird.
Just plain weird.
That stuff is weird. They come across weird, and then they start being weird. Yeah, they're weird.
Being a really weird.
He's such a weirdo.
Donald Trump and his weirdo running mate, they're weird. Deeply and profoundly weird.
They are weird.
These Republicans just being weird, it's just weird. It's really weird.
Republican weirdness goes even deeper.
He said a lot of things that are weird, a weird style that he brings, weird policies. I want to start with the weird thing, because it is a thing.
Just plain weird.
What was weird was talking about Diet Mountain Dew. Who drinks Diet Mountain Dew?
You ever seen the guy laugh? That seems very weird to me, that an adult can go through 6.5 years of being in the public eye. If he has laughed, it's at someone, not with someone. That is weird behavior.
Weird.
Okay. I mean, this is incredible. Like, it's so obvious.
I hate this.
It's like, I think what they do is they do, what do they call it? Focus groups. And they find okay, what word are we going to use? Okay, weird's hitting. All right, let's use weird. And then they blast. I've seen several examples where they'll use the same talking points across multiple different news outlets for like a month straight to get it like seeped into.
Absolutely. Remember that video? This is a threat to our democracy.
Yes.
Threat to our democracy.
Every single anchor across the nation was saying that.
Yes. And it's brainwashing. If you hear something 72 times from a trusted source, you are then brainwashed. That is part of it. Now, you know, most people trust Google for information, right? And also ChatGPT. And my wife is sitting there fighting ChatGPT all morning, actually, because she's turned extremely based over the last year. And she could feel I have a very different vibe. Over the course of the last 24 hours, it hit me that all of the mechanisms are in place to not only brainwash the American public into believing these polls are real, but also to erase history. And I have to fight harder than ever to retain what is real and what is the truth. So this, my wife is schooling AI. This is also a lie. You accurately described the event just as it occurred a few weeks ago, talking about the Trump assassination. And yet you claim it's fictitious, and you quoted recent news articles about the Trump assassination. You are using doublespeak and being trained to lie. And then it responds, I apologize for the confusion. Based on my earlier search, it appears that there was indeed a recent incident involving an assassination attempt on former President. So she readdresses the question, was the Trump assassination real or a fictitious event? And here it says, based on recent news report sources, the assassination attempt on Donald Trump was a real event. So she had to fight back and basically squeeze the actual answer out of ChatGPT.
AI is sentient.
AI is sentient, you think so?
I found this out maybe like 4 or 5 months ago getting different answers out with my attitude just towards it.
Okay, no, Morel, we're going to talk about this. Okay, I came out with a video a long time ago about Sam Altman and how he was actually achieving, AGI, artificial generalized intelligence, much quicker than anyone was comfortable with. And then Sam gets taken off of the board, and then the board leaves and Sam gets reinstated, and now he is once again in control. You think that he might have AGI rolling, and he's
I do think so. To how much it is, but I think it's already out of the box.
Oh, that is
I've actually talked to some MIT developers about that topic, and they believe the same thing.
Yep.
So I'm not crazy. I am not crazy.
You are crazy, but not on that.
In a good way.
Fair enough. Well, I think these things make me crazy. It make me crazier and crazier because, and also like we see all these newfound freedom fighters coming in to stand up for truth as we're in the bottom of the 9th inning and the election's 2 months away and Dominion's still in control of your vote, right? So if we actually gave a shit about this country, you would have, stood with me when it was non-popular to do so, and we would have stopped the election from being stolen once again. But yet here we are in the bottom of the 9th, and everyone's all of a sudden cheering on Elon Musk is the freedom fighter of the world. And yes, I'm thankful to have X as a place where I can highlight what's to come. But honestly, where were you over the last few years when people like me were called nuts, deniers, all those things, even put in prison for years on end for protesting what is largely the most illegitimate presidency this country has ever had to sit through. So,
And where were they when they were saying the same thing when Hillary Clinton said that about Trump when she lost in 2016? She said,
exactly.
and, and we're called not patriots or bucking the system or, causing problems. No, you can't have your cake and eat it too.
Yeah. And I got Crypto Glassworks. I know that the swing states, and even a one state connected to Dominion is way too much for us. And if you can't acknowledge that, I don't know what else to tell you. But I'm going to calm myself down with this reading my wife sent me. Someone asked me if I was scared of what's coming. Listen, we can all feel something really big is on the horizon. We all feel it. I think it's fair to say that becoming increasingly difficult to focus on things in our normal lives because we know it will be world changing. It's a tiresome task carrying this feeling around every day, trying to compartmentalize it while navigating our busy lives and trying to take care of our families and households. While I don't know what tomorrow brings, I've, for the past several months, had living more vividly in these moments. And this is something I very much agreed with. Like last night when I felt it, in my soul, really what's coming to America, I grabbed my kids and I held them so close. I told them how much I love them and how proud I am of them many times because it's not going to be good. Each day becomes more and more precious than the last. Kiss and hug my friends differently now. Hold my wife longer. Goddamn, it's tearing me up. And I'm saying this stuff to you because I care about my crowd out there, the basement dwellers, and I really want you guys to stay alive through what's coming to this country. So I'm out here doing my damnedest every single day. But let's talk about how to buy more tanks. Okay. Holy shit. The SEC amends a lawsuit against Binance and Solana, ADA, Matic, Filecoin, Atom, Sand. I don't understand why this Sand and Mana thing exists still. Algorand, yeah, okay, the great tech behind it. The price is just crushing investors. Axie Infinity and Cody.
Algorand?
Algorand.
Oh, God, it makes me vomit.
Dude, I just had a thought because you said like Sand and Mana. What if Sand turned into like a Roblox?
Sand into Roblox?
Yeah, like Roblox has like hundreds and thousands of different little mini games. Just imagine that on the blockchain.
Why haven't
Sand has the infrastructure. They have all the buildings. They have the characters.
They have done nothing since
That's
the last cycle. It's still, it drives me nuts.
Like all they have to do is that, and they haven't done that.
It's companies like Sandbox that gives crypto the vaporware names and tags. It's the scam in crypto is they had all this money. I'm telling you, that company raised so much money.
All the partnerships they had.
Partnerships, and they've done nothing. It has a bunch of blank land out there with literally nothing.
You can collect little coins and run around for an hour, and then you're done.
Yeah, and like during the bear market, like there's like 14 users on there. You know what I mean?
David Middleton, 59 users last month.
Yeah, that's a problem. You know, that is that's a problem.
What's the market cap?
That's an issue right there.
It was in the top 100. Where's Sand at now?
All right, we're gonna go in and look. You guys are making me curious here, so let's see where Sand is. No, I don't recommend buying this project. I'm just looking for.
If I was like a gaming
hindsight.
company and I wanted to make a crypto game, I would look at the previous games that have been created, when they were successful, where they're at now, and then compare that to like AAA games that are actually just like on consoles and PCs, and try to bridge the gap between crypto and these games.
Yeah,
I feel like if they reduce the amount of like NFT language or crypto language, just create like it's their own coin. You fund it with a credit card. If you want, you can transfer it on or off chain, but everything just living on an app.
Remember Eververse? What was the game that they made with Bitverse?
With like racing, hoverboard racing.
That guy did it. Two guys.
Yeah.
No funding. Built one of the baddest crypto games I've ever seen in my life.
And you know what happened?
What?
They sold it and then it fell apart.
Really?
Yep.
Well, I mean, definitely a lot of the success of these projects hinges on the founders and the leaders of it. God, I got worked up.
Sometimes a smaller team is better than like Blizzard, for example, has 9,000 people that worked on Diablo 4. The game is terrible. Diablo 2 came out, I don't know, 20 years ago is a better game.
Yeah.
So like all this like they want to make a change in the game. Oh, we've got to go this department, this department. We've got to make all these changes.
Sandbox is where.
There's also another game like that out there there was like No Man's Sky. Took what 4 to 6 years to build. Another developer made the like a copy of the game. It was just one guy, and it was just as vast, if not bigger, than No Man's Sky, and it played just as good, if not better.
I gotta say something. Crypto Glassworks, I'm tired of being careful. Just so you know that, like, this is probably the hill I'm gonna die on. So take that into account when I'm speaking about what's coming to this country and the systems that are still in place. And please don't tell me to be careful anymore. I am very, very well past being careful for this country. So this is just something else. Within this, ICP and Near have been taken off of the securities consideration for these crypto projects in this lawsuit against Binance. And honestly, I am feeling damn good about the entry points on Near and ICP, but honestly, a lot of different projects. Let's see where the most blood is on the weekly. Celestia at a damn good deal at 538. Modular blockchains. This will probably be a later coming narrative that we'll see.
I was looking at the chart during my stream. Celestia is still above its like when it got airdropped and all the distribution. So I mean, if you were in when it was being built, then you're still up. So I still think that Celestia is a good project.
Yeah, I mean, there's I look at these moments of weakness, as long as there's not like a huge hack or like a situation like Sandbox going on, I feel good about it. Like Arbitrum at 67 cents. There's some good upside there. Popcat shaving off a bit. This thing's probably going to hit a billy though. SWE built out by devs from Libra, which is Facebook's attempt at a CBDC on Facebook. So these developers actually have the wherewithal similar to the Toncoin ecosystem that is, you know, built out in preparation for 1 billion users plus. So very smart team behind them. And that's why I see some upside still yet for that. Other blood though, AVAX. This is nice. AVAX is hanging out here. Anything in the $20 range for AVAX, I feel like is a good time to reaccumulate. And everyone's like, you don't know what you're talking about. Well, I guess not. But I built the bag with thousands of dollars at $10 a coin and then sold it at $50 and $55 a unit and built a building on my property with it. So, you know, you can take that into account, take that to the bank, put that in your pipe and smoke it. This essentially I'm feeling like is a damn good spot to accumulate, not only because the bear market kind of resistance that it showed at this range, but also is a stumble point for the original pump up and a prove it point for the fall down too. So if we're looking at it at the year, this is still a great spot and it is above that initial price point. Like if we have a graph, if you have a different project that you're feeling good about and it looks like this, but the price is lower than the bear market lows, you have a problem. And you need to start thinking about what you're holding in your bag. Is it going to be an actual mover in the long term? That is something that you got to be honest with yourself about. And, you know, not only I'm out here trying to be honest with the entire dweller community, but it also, you have to be honest with yourself about your bags. If you're holding the wrong stuff, because we are setting up for a juicy altcoin season, you guys. This is from L_crypto_proof. Wouldn't be shaken out of the market. We have ahead of us the most important FOMC meeting in years is coming up this week. And altcoins have formed a massive cup and handle pattern over the past years. This is looking pretty damn delicious to me. I'll move my face out of the way so you can see the full breadth of what we're dealing with right now, the descending channel. And there is, you know, I mean, obviously you can set this target out, but the overall structure of the altcoin market compared to Bitcoin, looking juicier than hell. So you better get your bags packed because by my account, I'm going by the Bitcoin dominance and I have essentially till the beginning of December to keep buying altcoins. And then I got what I got. Do you guys have, I'll start with you, Justin. Are you still accumulating altcoins right now?
Yeah, I mean, I'm accumulating some memes that I think are gonna perform well. I'm accumulating coins like Optimism as well. I think Matic does have some room to go, and so I'm thinking about buying some more of that. But I'm not buying too much. I basically have most of mine set it and just ready to go. Now, if as new capital comes in, I'll deploy. Like I like your play on AVAX. I think that would be a good one.
Yeah. Okay. And are you like going to continue buying into 2025, or what do you think for the time frame?
Yeah. No, if more disposable income continues to come in, I will continue to deploy where need be. And then, I've been in the space for quite a time and seen the markets, do what they do. So I know the plays as they present themselves, but there will be a time, and I've been known about this I'm kind of known for this in the office. I do start taking profits at a certain time period. I'm not the guy, because I can't tell you guys enough. There is going to be a moment in this crypto cycle, if everything happens like it usually happens in crypto and these 4-year cycles, where you're going to feel like it's going to go up forever. And I'm telling you, it's not, and it's going to end so fast.
Yeah.
And you're going to be in unbelief. And then you're going to think that it's going to bounce up, and I just got to hold it. It's just another one of those bounces, and it's not. So the only way to prepare, you're never going to be able to guess the time and time the top perfectly. But how you can kind of overcome that is, as you DCA into the market, also DCA out of the market. And that way your exposure to your sellout is spread across a time period rather than a certain point in time.
I love that.
Here.
I love that. In Taco, I want to ask you the same thing. Like, are you buying alts right now? If so, how long are you going to keep buying alts for?
I like to find like opportunities. So what was that? Bonfida, Solana name service during Bitcoin Nashville. DZ brought it up.
I remember you brought, Bonfida.
Yeah, they renamed to SNS, Solana name service, but it was at like a 32 million market cap. Just comparing that to ENS, I think ENS is in the billions.
Bonfida. You making me want to look this up right now.
Yeah, bring it up right now. It looks undervalued. I think I scooped some up.
I'll tell you when to look up to after this.
Yeah. We're gonna go swimming into some coins here. So Bonfida. Let's see here. Is it BNF?
BONFIDA.
This is Bonfi. Bonfida.
Bonfi.
It's just FIDA. My bad.
Oh, okay.
That's the ticker.
Okay. Let's go here. Good clarification here. FIDA.
Yeah.
Oh
SNS.
shit. Okay, there we go. What are we dealing with here? So it's down 3% on the day. Month, it's still down on the month. The year, not bad.
When did it
Okay.
come out? When was the hit the max on it?
Yeah, we'll go to all time here. The beginning of it is December of 2020. So it's been around for some time. Let's see the market cap view.
Interest. Why would it not?
What the hell? Well, in Solana name service has not been a thing. It's all ENS. But Solana is definitely turning into a thing.
Solana's a thing, but the actual the naming service of it hasn't. That's interesting.
The dot sol. I mean, this might be a little dot sol play here. It's
anyone is unfamiliar with like SNS or ENS, you can pretty much make like a whatever dot sol or whatever dot ENS, and instead of sending to your public address that 0x blah blah blah, you could just send to Drew.sol or Justin.eth.
There's also a difference in the language too, though. Like I've heard of. You ever heard of vanity contracts, vanity addresses?
No, go on.
So with Solana, have you ever noticed on some of the coins that you see, some of the meme coins you see on Solana, the last 4 is PUMP?
Pump, yeah.
Those are vanity addresses.
Okay.
Meaning that you can, I guess, create your own address. That might eat into a little bit of this market share. The fact that you can just do that on some platforms. Maybe that's a reason why people aren't so invested in this, because maybe you could do something even cooler with Solana because of how the language is written.
We have breaking news here. IMJ, DZ's Chrysler 300 was stolen at the airport.
Oh my God.
Yes, considering LTG and has been ongoing component of my buy plan too. That is terrible. You know what I mean? That happens when you leave your own fucking keys in the car at the airport.
When you leave the keys in your car, DZ, in the airport, this is the thing, especially when it's a white vehicle.
That That's so true,
It's a
man.
Dodge. Basically, it's a Dodge Chrysler. You know?
Wait, how does he? Is that true? I'm so confused.
I'm having fun with it, man.
I do want you to look this up, though. I know where you're at, though. Look up Tsunami.
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 All right. We're going to Twitter for this one here.
No, well, you go to you
What,
go to
just
on
on-
Coin, yeah, you can go on CoinGecko.
Okay,
and then you can
okay.
go to their Twitter.
Well, I
after
hate
that.
CoinGecko, so we're not
Or
going
go
there.
to CoinMarketCap.
All right. Tsunami.
ZUN.
Zoo.
Is it not on?
Nami?
It should be. We'll go to Gecko. I guess it didn't do.
Fine.
No one uses Market Cap.
Bro, I hate going to
Why?
CoinGecko. I mean,
Is it
I use
big yet?
CoinGecko for some stuff, I guess.
All right, go ZUN. No, just Z. There it is, right there.
This
Boom.
one?
Yeah.
All right.
This one is, I don't know if you know who the llamas are, but it's a llama-made project. It's basically, I've been in this. It's DeFi. I know people are like, DeFi is boring, but I am getting some pretty good yield, and I'm in early on this stuff. It's at, I think what is it, like a 7 mil market cap? I can't remember.
Let's see
It's a little
here.
ridiculous.
I just
It's
get so
really
used to
super
coin
low.
market. 7 mil, yeah, 7.3.
And I'm getting like, I think I put 2 ETH in it, and I'm getting around $250, $300, sometimes $300 a day on it. A day.
A day?
Yeah. And so this is the way I was described it by some of the developers. It is like a better curve.
Okay.
And it uses convex, so it uses curve and convex. And for those of you guys that you don't understand what real DeFi is, you get multipliers by taking your stake coins on one platform and going to like convex or curve and getting like a 2.5 multiplier on your yield, and because they're wanting to use your liquidity as well. And so it really has been an eye-opener. I was pretty kind of bearish on Curve for a while and on things like Tsunami, but a good friend of mine told me to get into it, started to get into it, and it's a really good way. You don't have to have a massive amount of money to get some decent passive income in this space.
Well,
I definitely recommend it.
So,
Tsunami.
So where are you putting your ETH? Is it in like a liquidity pool? With
So you put it in a liquidity pool. Like the only place you can get Tsunami is on Curve. You go to curve.fi, use their swap on there, which they have a really good swap. It's cheaper than Uniswap. And then you just add liquidity, and then you go and stake your LP tokens on Convex, and that's where you get your 2.5% multiplier on Conflict.
I like it. I mean, free money's never bad.
Free money's not bad. And because it's at a 7 mil, I know they raised around $10 million for their budget, and they already built it out. So they have a lot of marketing coming. It's at a $7 million market cap. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't know if y'all knew that or not.
No.
But
you don't say.
I really like the project.
What is this super chat up there too? I want to check this out. So check out Moonwell on Base Chain. I'll have to do that in a later show. We are well over time, and I am going to go lift some weights. I'm going to do bench press and get recentered here. I got a little worked up during the show, just thinking about my kids, this country, my family. For God's sakes, get ready, you guys. And you know what? Get the hell off exchanges. If your crypto's sitting there hanging out on exchange, you're doing yourself a disservice. You can support the channel. Go use code BASE10. Get yourself an Arculus wallet. Use code BASE10. You get 10% off. You can support us. Keep the channel growing. And also, if you're out there, share the stream, okay? Get this message out to the people. There's a lot of people that are asleep right now that you just need to shake them by the shoulders and scream in their face. So
winter's coming.
Yeah. With that being said, I'll love you all. I'll see you tomorrow morning, and I'll probably be trying to do a morning live stream as well. I'll be back real soon. Take care.